Hello everyone, welcome back to the video on my Storytime channel. So I'm going to read chapter 10 of Soccer Duel by Matt Christopher. It's my favorite soccer book from the Matt Christopher Sports series. So let's start with chapter 10 on page 68. Bryce didn't need an alarm clock to wake up the next morning. He was up at 8 sharp and out of the house by 9. His mother hadn't even woken up yet, so he rode his bike down to the dew-covered field, drawn there as if by a magnetic force. Rennie Harding was playing at 9:30, so was Turk Walters, and Bryce had finally made up his mind to do something about it. He liked the kid, he realized now. Sure, Rennie was kind of naive and innocent, but he was also genuinely nice. Besides, Rennie's dad had left the family just like his own father had, and though Bryce's father had been gone for years and years, Rennie's had left only recently. That poor kid. Bryce knew how he must feel. No, he had to do something for Rennie. He couldn't admit to having schemed against him, but there was somebody else he could be straight with, and Bryce now sought him out on the sidelines. It was 10 minutes till game time, and Turk Walters was loosening up, banging into a tree for practice. Doesn't that hurt? Bryce asked him by way of saying hi. Soccer's a contact sport. Did anybody ever tell you that? Turk shot back. Hey man, I've got to thank you for the advice. I already tested it out on that kid, and he's shaking his cleats, believe me. Yeah, about that, Bryce said. Listen, I was wrong about that kid. Huh? Turk stopped banging the tree and turned to pay closer attention to Bryce. I don't think it's a good idea to actually foul him. Just scaring him is much better. That way the Hornets don't get any free kicks or anything. Turk snorted. Don't worry, he said with a laugh. I'm not going to get caught. I'm going to hit him when the refs aren't looking, when he hasn't got the ball. Yeah, but I still don't think... Hey, you know what? Turk said, taking a step toward Bryce. Enough already. Just shut up now and let me do the dirty work. Don't hurt him, Turk, Bryce said, holding his ground. Aw, poor Bryce. His heart is bleeding for the kid, Turk taunted him. So now you want me to forget the whole thing, huh? That's right, Bryce said. It's a bad idea, Turk. Let it rest, okay? Oh, okay. So why don't I go tell the kid that it was you who gave me the bright idea? That would be right, wouldn't it? Bryce went cold. Turk laughed. Go and take a seat and watch the show, Turk said. It's gonna be real physical. You'd better keep your mouth shut, understand? Bryce backed away. He headed for the wooden bleachers, where the parents sat, feeling lower than a worm. If Rennie got hurt, he'd never forgive himself. On the other hand, what more could he have done? He tried to talk Turk out of it, but it was no use. The damage had already been done, hadn't it? It's too late to fix things now, Bryce told himself. Watching the teams line up for the start of the game, Bryce smiled sadly. He had been worried about facing Rennie Harding in the playoffs, but now he could relax. That wasn't going to happen. Bryce's nasty trick had worked, and now the Yellow Jackets would be facing the Orange Crush in the playoffs instead of the Blue Hornets. Turk's team would be a pushover, Bryce thought, trying to make himself feel better. With Rennie Harding out of the way, I'm sure to get the MPV trophy. And Coach Harrelson will be there to watch, so I'll have another chance to impress him, this time without Rennie Harding around to spoil everything. On the surface, things were working out just right. So why did he feel so miserable about it? Why couldn't he shake off this horrible, guilty feeling? The whistle blew, and Bryce looked up. The game had begun. Good. A chance to forget his troubles for a while. Just so long as Turk didn't hurt the kid. Okay, so that's chapter 10 of Soccer Duel by Matt Christopher. Take care, everybody. Another video from my Storytime channel.